Shalom, family. Grace, mercy, and peace be unto you from Yahuwah, our Father, and Yahusha, the Mashayah, the one who carries the burden of Yah, his voice. Hear, O Yesharel, Yahuwah, our mighty one, he is one. This is Brother David coming to you again to bring you the Day of Atonement. On this day, the priest will make an atonement for you. You have to be synchronized with him, and you have to do your part. What if you have the wrong day? If you have the wrong day, the Bible tells you that you will be cut off from the congregation. We believe, and we have evidence to support it, not like the others, that we have the right day. Therefore, we're here to plead with you. Join with us on this day. Please, please join with us. You can still go back and keep the other days that you believe in, if you believe in the Jewish day or the IUIC dates. You can still go do those, because we're going to be before them. It is better for you to be safe than sorry. For the soul that does not carry this out in this same day as the priest that'll make an atonement for you, he shall be cut off from the congregation. Let's begin. Leviticus chapter 16, verses 29 to 31. 29. And this shall be a statute forever unto you. Who's he speaking to? Only the children of Yesharel. They were at Mount Horeb. They were sprinkled with blood. They took the covenant verbally. So did you. Where were you at? You were in the loins of these mighty men of the children of Yesharel. So this statute goes to the children of Yesharel from generation to generation to generation. Tell me something. Have you ever seen a statute telling you to add a 13th month to the calendar if the barley harvest is not ripe, or because of the 19-year Matonic cycle? If you find it, please let us know, because it's 4 years later, yet no one has showed us the statute. Now, this is what a statute looks like. Look what it's going to say. That in the 7th month. How do you find the 7th month? You have to find the 1st month. What if you added a 13th month to your calendar on paper? Has nothing to do with what's in the sky. You can never find the 7th month, because the 7th month is in the sky, not on the Gentiles' paperwork, on the 10th day of the month. So once you find the 7th month, then you count 10 days, and you have the right day. But there's a problem. What if you're starting your month count from the dark moon? You're not going to be on the 10th day. You'll be on the 9th day. What if you're starting from the full moon? You will not be on the 10th day, but you would be on the 25th day. Ye shall afflict your souls. So on the 10th day, You have to fast. You have to make sure you have the right day, and do no work at all. You cannot go to work on that day. Whether it be one of your own country, one of the children of your sorrow, or a stranger that sojourneth with you. The strangers cannot sojourn with us in the lands of our captivity. They will only sojourn with us once we get in the land. They will attach themselves to us. And everyone who shall be in the land with us will have to keep this law. Verse 30. For on that day, what day? The 10th day of the 7th month shall the priest. Who is this priest? Well, we have a high priest that is in the heavenly realms, making continual intercession on our behalf. Listen to this. You will find it in Hebrews 7 and Hebrews 8. There's been an amendment to the law. The priesthood has been transferred from Lauyah, you know them as Levi, to Yahudah, you know them as Judah, to Yahusha, the one we used to call Jesus, and Yahusha is our high priest. He is now in heavenly realms making continual intercession on your behalf. For on this same day, the 10th day of the 7th month, the priest is going to make an atonement for you. You have to be lined up with him. Not on Gentile time, not on your time, only in the time in the sky. If you added the 13th month to the calendar, you just added time on paper. Everything in the sky remains the same. The priest that is in the heavens is going to follow the calendar in the sky. So if you're not on the same time with the priest cannot make the atonement for you to do what? To cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your transgressions of the law before Yahuwah. Do you know he's coming soon? Do you know the time is nigh for the children of Yasharel to be gathered? When you go into the wilderness, you're going to have to stand before him. And if you're not clean, do you think you will be accepted or rejected? Well, we'll see later on what will happen to the person that does not keep this same day. 31. It shall be a Sabbath of rest unto you. So the 10th day of the 7th month has turned into a Sabbath. How did you find this Sabbath? Only through the lunar event. The same way you find all of your other Sabbaths. And ye shall afflict your souls. You have to fast. By a statute forever. See, he gave us a statute for this. It's that important. It's perpetual. From generation to generation to generation, all the way down to you, my brothers and sisters. Leviticus chapter 23, verses 26 to 28. 26. And Yahuwah spake unto Moshe, saying, 27. Also. Why is he saying also? Because we just came from the memorial of blowing the trumpets. In the 7th month, on the first day of the month, we spotted the renewed moon And bingo, we found the first day. From that day, you count to 10. Also, on the 10th day of this 7th month, got to have the right month, have to have the right starting point to find the 10th day. There shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you. That's a gathering. Is there any place to gather here in the lands of your captivity? No. What do? Stay in your home. What are you going to do in your home? Ye shall afflict your souls. You're going to have a fast. This is the only fast the Most High has called. Everyone fasts all the time, right? But this one he has called. It's in the law. This one you have to carry out. And offer an offering made by fire unto Yahuwah. Brother David, can we do this? No, we don't have to. We have an advocate. We have an high priest that is in heavenly realms. He passed all the criteria in order to intercede for us. He lived a sinless life on this earth. He did not defile himself with women. So he qualifies to go into the heavens, into the Holy of Holies, where Yahuwah is present, and bring your prayers, your offerings, and your requests unto him. What a sacred day. 28. And ye shall do no work on that same day. Is that clear? For it is a day of atonement. This is your part. To make an atonement for you before Yahuwah, your Aluah. You have to be synchronized with the priest. If you are not, he's not going to make an atonement for you. Are you with me, brothers and sisters? This is why we want you to join with us. We have evidence that we have the right day. No one has shown you anything, any evidence that they have the right day. They just tell you to follow us. They want you to be a sheeple. They don't want you to be a Berean and check things out. They just want you to follow, and most of us will. But later on in this video, I will show you why we believe we have the right day. But watch this. 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. Do you believe that he's playing with us? Do you think that Yah is a liar? If he says, if you're not afflicted in this day, if you're not synchronized with the priest in the 10th day of the 7th month, you're going to be cut off from among your people. 30. And whatsoever soul it be that doeth any work in that same day, can't do any work. The same soul will I. Who's I? His name is Yahuwah. The same soul will I destroy from among his people. This is not a threat. This is a fact. 31. He's going to double down. Watch this. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever. We saw what a statute looks like. throughout your generations, from generation to generation to generation, all the way down to you in all of your dwellings. 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls. Now he's going to tell you what his day looks like. The Father chose the moon to be the sign for his feast. The Gentiles chose the sun to be the sign for their feast. So let's see how Yahuwah's days look like. In the 9th day of the month, in the evening, from evening unto evening, shall ye celebrate your Sabbath. Did he say from sunrise unto evening? No. He said from evening to evening. Why did he say that? Everyone is going to spot the renewed moon this month. I hope all of you are going to get out and do the work for your household. You're going to spot it in the evening. A lunar day is from evening to evening. A solar day is from sunrise to sunrise. Yah chose the lunar day. And that is how you carry out his Sabbaths. So here's the question. Why do you think, Brother David, you have the right day? 2019. There was a perfect alignment. And yet nobody paid attention. No one saw it. Let me give you a little background. Show you how far we came. In 2018, the Jews, IUIC, and Yah's channel, we were all in the same year. The Jews started from the dark moon, IUIC started from the full moon, but we were still in the same month. Then in 2019, the year of the perfect alignment, the Jews added a 13th month to the calendar. Then they had an excuse. They said because the barley harvest was not ripe. There's no statute to tell you to do that. There's no statute to tell you to add a 13th month for a metonic cycle. So where did they get that from? It's what you call gentile thinking. Then in 2020, it was only IUIC and Yah's channel, us, that stayed the course. We didn't add a 13th month. But in 2021, IUIC added a 13th month to the calendar, and we were shocked. And it didn't tell anyone. Isn't that a deceptive practice? We're trying to make it into the kingdom. You're going to add 13th months and tell nobody why you moved a whole month ahead? So the only ones who stayed the course, because remember, you can add a 13th month. It's going to be on paper. You can say it. It can be in your mind. But it won't line up to what's happening in the heavens because you didn't change anything in the sky. All you did was make an adjustment on paper. Now, in 2019 was the 400th year of our captivity. And the Father gave us a path. The path of years to return to Him. And yet, no one has seen it but us. And the reason no one sees it is because they do not look up. They only deal with calculations. They only follow the Gentiles in all of their ways. So therefore, they missed this event. Look, March 7th, waxing crescent, 1%. We were out there. We observed it in real time. See, we go back years. Where did you spot this? Everything that happens with the lunar event is in the evening, at night. Sometimes you get it in the morning when it's waning, but this event is at night. We spotted it in the evening. How does a day work? From one evening to the next evening, which made day number 1 of the first month of the year the 8th. Then we go to the calendar. Here's the question. Whose calendar is this? Is it Yah's calendar? Does it represent the time that you see in the sky? The answer is no. This calendar is an illusion created by the Gentiles. And the Bible clearly tells you that they would do this. Look, so that you can understand what an illusion looks like. How many days in the Gentile year? 365 plus 6 hours. How many days in Yahuwah's solar year? 364. According to the Bible. So they've added a day and 6 hours already to the calendar. They have daylight savings time. They have Eastern Standard Time. They have leap years. They start their year, their solar year, not from the equinox, but from January. They start their day from 12 midnight. Would you say that this calendar is reliable? If you say yes, then you're in a strong delusion. They've created this calendar to circumvent time. They could not control the moon. Plus, the moon is visible for the whole world to see. You can actually see it start with the slither of light and grow in its light, then wane, then turn dark and starts all over. With the sun, what do you see? Nothing. So all of the illusion that the Europeans or the Gentiles, the place where they put this illusion is on their calendar. It's not what's happening in the sky. It is on paper. Now I want you to go to this link. I want you to see how the Gentiles have to keep their equinox fixed so that it does not drift into a date like the 18th. Are you with me? And remember, this calendar is a religious calendar. What religion? Christianity. The Father chose the moon for his sign. The Gentiles chose the sun for their sign. Okay, so what we did was we placed the lunar calendar on top of the Gregorian calendar. You see Brother Kuya do that every month. You see number 8 is highlighted. That represents the first day of the lunar month. I want you to count from there. 10 days. Starting with 8 as number 1. You come to 17. How many days does the Father say in the Bible that the moon have per year? 354. And we already know the sun has 364. So there will be a 10-day deficiency between the lunar event and the solar event. That's why we just counted 10 days. Where did the Europeans say the equinox occurred in March 2019? They said on the 20th at 5:58 p.m. in the evening. Is that possible? Look, they added another 12 hours to the first day of the year. That's another adjustment. Because the equinox happens at sunrise, not at sunset. Also in this article, you will see in the Americas and in Egypt and in all of these great temples around the world, they created these temples to capture the spring equinox at sunset? No, at sunrise. But the Europeans use an excuse that because they're in the northern hemisphere, that it is to be taken at the evening when sun goes down. So right away they added another 12 hours. How many other hours and days did they add to the year? Remember they said 365 and 6 instead of 364. So they added 1 day and 6 hours plus this 12 hours equals 1 day and 18 hours. Let's subtract that from this calendar. What day you come to? You're going to be in the 18th. The place where they want to keep it from drifting into. All right. Let me prove it in another way. The only way, really, to prove it. Because we have a perfect alignment here. And I'm going to show you that. In this article up top, you will find they speak of the Abrahamic covenant. The Abrahamic covenant, they said, the Passover will come on the first full moon after the spring equinox. That means that the equinox will be on day 11, and the Passover will be on the 14th day in the evening, which is really, in all reality, the 15th day. Look what else they say. It can also occur on the second full moon 3 times in the 19-year cycle. Do you know what that means? They're talking about making adjustments to keep this event right here, where we're at right now. Okay, so we know that 17 is 10. We came to 18 after we subtracted all of the additional time that they added. And there's more adjustments that they did also, but we'll leave that alone because we're getting ready to prove through the lunar event that we are exactly on point here. 17th is the 10th of the lunar month. 18th is the 11th, the first day of the solar year, but the 11th of the lunar month. Count from 18, 5 days. 18-1, 19-2, 20 is 3, 21 is 4, 22 is 5. So you wind up on the 22nd. I want you to go to the 8th. Count 15 days from the 8th. Tell me where you come to. If you said the 22nd, You are correct. Do you know what the 22nd represented for us in 2019? That was the beginning of our Passover and our feast of unleavened bread. Perfect alignment. Subtract 5 from 22. 22 is 1, 21 is 2, 20 is 3, 19 is 4, 18 is 5. So 18 would be day 11 on the lunar calendar. Day number 1 on the solar calendar in the sky. We're not talking about what they've done on paper here. We've just overlaid the lunar event on top of their mess that they've created on this paper. But the lunar event doesn't lie. You can actually see it. And we saw it. And we watched it grow. And we had our Passover. And guess what happened on this Passover? Look. A full moon. On the 14th day. In the evening is Yahuwah's Passover. When the evening comes, your day begins again. The 14th day in the evening equals the 15th day. How does it work? From the evening of the 21st to the evening of the 22nd is one day. That would be day number 15. Listen to me carefully. I want you to try to understand what I'm saying. I want to try to be as simple as I could possibly be with this explanation. You can't forge this. Because you look up in the sky, the whole world is privy to this information. It is not hidden from you. The only person who hides this from you is you. When you look up, you can watch it grow. We watched it. And we saw it on the 21st in the evening, the beginning of Passover. We blew the trumpets. We were outside celebrating. I remember that day. But let me tell you about the sun. Listen to the sun. The sun will look like this year round. Never changes. How do you tell the time on it? You can't. Satan's children chose the sun to perpetrate their fraud. Because they can tell you anything they want to. You wouldn't know. Because when you look up in the sky, all you're going to see is this for 364 days a year. But the moon, on the other hand, gives you time. It starts as a crescent. You count 14 days, and you come to March 21st, and the light became full. Let me teach you on something else. That's why it's impossible for you to start your month from the full moon. Listen to me. It does not make sense. It shows a lack of knowledge. It shows also that the persons who believe in that have never went out to look. Because it took 14 days for it to get full. Are you going to dismiss with the days in which it is growing in its light and say once you reach the 14th or the 15th day that that has turned into day 1? Unbelievable. Now, when you're an observer, like we have been out for 4 years, there's 3 moons every month that look full. Look on March 20th there. See, it says waxing gibbous 100%. It's really not 100%. That would be the 13th day. If you look in the left-hand corner, you can see it's not full. Go to Moon Giant and actually go to this day, 2019, then March 20th, and you'll see that the left-hand corner is not full like the picture that you have here. So you have the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd. Only the trained eye would know when that day of the full moon comes. But for us, it's easy, because we start after the moon has come out of the conjunction and the sun has transferred its light to the moon in 1/2 of a 7th part of light, which equals 1/14th part of light, which means 1 day, and we do our count to the full moon, and bingo. It's exactly like it is in the Bible. You see, we have a reference in the book also. They can show you nothing, and yet our people believe in everything they say. But in this time, our Father, our Master, the Creator of all things, 2019, 400th year of our captivity, he stretched forth his hands to those who were in a strong delusion, believing lies, those who followed the feast of the Gentiles, those who could not find the path of years, and he gave us a path. Don't turn this down. All of the people who have added a 13th month to the calendar, they do not have the path of years. Paper has changed, but the event in the sky remains the same. Our high priest is going to look at the event in the sky. Do you think he's going to look at your Gregorian calendar? Do you think that he has to line up to you, or you have to line up to him? The answer to that question is you have to line up to him. That's why he gave you a statute. So here we have our list. 1. When? The 18th of August, in the evening, to the 19th of August, in the evening. It would be the 10th day in the sky. But look, it's the 19th day on Pope Gregory's calendar. 2. Where? Stay in your home. You're going to afflict your souls. 3. You're going to fast. Afflict yourselves. Even the children. No instructions for you this year. Parents, you make the determination of how your children will keep this day. 4. You cannot go to work, and the kids cannot go to school. Brother David, I might get fired if I do something like that. You make your choice. You have to choose what's more important to you. 5. On this day is a powerful day. If you do it on the right day, you shall be cleansed of all your sins. Your prayers will reverberate in the heavens. This will be the time to pray for your family members, and those whom you want to be saved. Now I plead again with all of our brothers and sisters, even if you don't like me, just join with us on this day. It won't kill you. It'll be one day of you having affliction, and I guarantee you that this is the only day that can be proven. No other date that is out there have any proof. They added a 13th month to the calendar. It circumvents what you see in the sky. They just put it on paper, fed you an illusion, and you're going to accept it? Not anymore. Today you received an education. All right. Celebrate this day. Shalom.